Today, 14 we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy. To mark this historic milestones, we put together a new event where, through your efforts, those of your fleet, you construct the naval base Liberty Harbor. Along the way, you'll learn about most key points of U.S. 250-year history. He was reliving his childhood memories and recalling lessons and wisdom from his father. The base is made up of several upgraded areas, each with its own purpose. To construct Liberty Harbor, you need to earn naval base supplies via combat missions and expeditions, which we'll discuss in detail below. This way, you'll be able to build the whole base just by playing the game. Alternatively, there'll be an option to purchase area upgrade for doubloons. Okay, fair enough. Naval Command grants access to a selection of combat missions that be completed in randoms and ranked battles, as well as brawls. Operational Command grants access to selection of combat missions that be completed in operations, co-op, battle, and temporary modes. I like the fact that they made it where there's co-op and like there's this, so you can do PvE or PvP. So for people that do either or, you can focus on building one or the other. Military port lets you dispatch your ships to expeditions. Fuel Depot Terminal lets you boost other areas. This allows you to take on additional missions in those areas. So that means if you play mostly PvE, you can boost yourself in PvE mode, like the Operation Command, or you can focus more on Naval Command if you do more PvP. So that's really cool. I like that. Expeditions will allow you to make use of the ships you have in your port. You can send these ships out on missions to gather additional naval base supplies to help in progress. Each expedition will have a specific requirement regarding fleet power, tiers, ship types, and nations. You'll need to assemble a fleet from your available ships that meet those requirements. Fleet power is the sum of tiers of all ships assigned to an expedition. To complete each expedition, you'll need to assemble a fleet of sufficient power. Ships assigned to expedition become temporarily unavailable for new expeditions until currently one end, but you can still use them in battle. It is possible to launch one or several expeditions at any time. The specific amount is determined by the level of military port. You can send each expedition for either 1 day or 3 days. The first one is better for those who play daily. A 3-day expedition requires less fleet power and gives you 1 more total rewards, but fewer per day. Once you launch the expedition, it becomes locked in for a set number of days. You cannot cancel it. You will get naval base supplies for an expedition immediately after you launch it. Building each area from scratch will require 13 upgrades, which needs to be built sequentially. There will be 2 types of upgrades. Levels improve the area's visual and functionality. For example, it can let you take on more combat missions or assemble more expeditions and widen their selection. Grant points to progress to the event. There will be 3 levels for each area, and the intentional construction counts as the first one. Intermediate stage slightly increases the area's profitability. Grant 1 element of a new thematic collection. There will be 10 intermediate stages for each area, 5 between the first and second, and another 5 between second and third. Oof. Note that at the beginning of the event, you'll get a limited amount of naval base supplies, enough to build the first level of one area. So essentially, you're wanting to build probably the Naval Command or Operation Command. While building Liberty, you can choose which order to construct and upgrade areas. This will allow you to focus on the battle types you enjoy most, combined with the income from expeditions. Focusing on missions from just one area will allow you to get enough resources to build the entire base. Okay, so upgrade with resources, upgrade with gold. So this is it right here. Requirement 10. As an example, it only requires 10 fleet command. Okay, that's not hard at all. As the base is constructed, you will unlock segments of the event's progress and piece together United States history from tidbits learned, progress, the photo album. Okay. Paddle line a Pacific camouflage to tier 10 created earlier this year by our player allies. So this is the camo they're talking about for the Montana that won. This one. That would have been cool too. Okay, so let's see. There's the camo right here. The reward for completing finish will be an epic tier 8 American premium cruiser Bridgeport, which through effort and dedication you can get for free. Finally, there's also a new collection dedicated to infantry collection, 60 elements for anyone you can earn on while their main pieces be exchanged or progress points to build the base. Clean the collection awards you the seasoned U.S. Commander David Farragut and an achievement. Looks like a grind. Navy 250 camouflage for the Indiana. That's not bad. I like that camo. That actually looks pretty good. Liberty container and Navy premium container. This is the Liberty Harbor container, and this is the Navy 250 premium container. Let's see. So Liberty Harbor container cleans collection points, credits, and collection elements. 3 rare blue. There's no ships in. Oh, no. 2% chance to get the Indiana. If you already have it, you only get. Ugh, that's not good. I don't like that. Update 14.9. The new Epic Tier 9 American Premium and will also be available in thematic configurative bundles as well as an administrative pack for real money. Please note the Liberty Harbor continues to be distributed in later updates. Well, at least they give you an option to buy it in the Admiral pack. Lüshun B is a stealthy predator capable of being hidden with her AP and additional armor, deep water tarps. She also boosts she equipped high for. So this is essentially just a Lüshun, but Lüshun B. The dockyard will be 35 phases with various awards. 30 phases can be completed through dedicated combat missions. Another 5 will be purchased either individually as part of the starter pack. Each phase can be purchased for 1,350 doubloons. There will be a starter pack of 5 and 10 for 5,000, 9,000 doubloons. Respectively, these are only available until you complete 10 phases with the combat missions. This dockyard will be available through 14.9 and mostly 14 will be conclude 10 days before the release of 14.11. So there is 2 months for the dockyard. I want you guys to understand how many phases this is. This is a lot of phases, which means there's a lot of awards. That's a lot of awards. If you compare that to this dockyard we have right now, this only has 20 dockyards. Sorry, it only has 20 dockyard stages. That one has 35. So that means more awards. So more awards. We'll see. We'll see how it does. I technically think that the Lüshun is worth 5,000 doubloons. I think it is, especially if people don't have it. I think it's great. And the thing is that I may just get it just to get another one. I think the Lüshun B is worth it if you don't have the Lüshun, because the Lüshun's a great destroyer. It has a 5.8 kilometer concealment when you build into it with a 5.5 kilometer hydro, which means there's a 0.3 kilometer difference between its hydro and its concealment, which means that if you build for destroyer hunting, this thing can demolish torpedo boats. And what's really popular right now in the destroyer meta is a lot of tier 9 torpedo destroyers. This thing would demolish those destroyers essentially. 5,000 doubloons for grinding isn't that much. Like okay, let's just be realistic here. We're all going to be playing the game anyway, okay? So I think 5,000 doubloons for the dockyard isn't bad. I think that's great. We can all admit to ourselves that we're all going to be playing anyway, okay? Because what are we all grinding right now anyway? We are grinding this. We're all grinding this anyway. We all want the free Johnny, and we all want the steel or the doubloons. So we're all gonna be playing anyway. So I see it as a great thing. So you can see the roadmap though. This is great. The fact that we get like a roadmap thing is nice. So Blast from the Past talks about this coming up in the next patch. 14.9 Liberty Harbor, which we're talking about now. 14.10 new gameplay event. Get ready for a special event that blends an imaginative storyline with thrilling action, introducing a special autumn battle type with unique attack defense style PvE, offering a bigger than usual map where one team has to progress through several groups of key areas and eventually attempt to conquer the enemy base. The other team's ultimate goal is to protect their territory. Oh my god! Oh! Dude, they're bringing it back! Holy shit, dude, I think they're bringing back the forts. Whew! I never got to play that. I want to play that so bad. I never got to play that. They're bringing it back, dude. A long time ago, there were game modes where there was attack and defense style. Bastion may be coming back, dude. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, okay? It's the same thing. I never got to play that, and I have been wanting to play that so bad. I want to play it, dude. It looks fun. Offering a bigger than usual map where one team has to progress through several groups of key areas and eventually attempt to conquer the enemy base. The other team's ultimate goal is to protect their territory. The new game mode brings back the respawn mechanic and introduces a more dynamic pace of combat than we usually have in World of Warships. We'll share more details approaches 14.10. Bastion were absolutely awful. It's gonna be great, okay? I'm excited. This is the attack and defend, dude. I'm gonna be fun. I want to try that. Introduces a special autumn battle with PvE game mode. It says PvE, so I don't think it's even PvP. It says PvE with a unique attack defense style PvE game mode, offering a bigger than usual map where one team has to progress through Several groups of key areas attempt to conquer the enemy base. The other team's ultimate goal is to protect their territory. So does that mean that you just... well, yeah, it's supposed to be a pvpve. That's what this sounds like. It sounds like a pvpve. That's what this sounds like to me. I don't know. We'll get more information on this, but I'm very much interested in this because this sounds fun, dude. Getting like a group to play in this would be a lot of fun. So this is going to be coming out in November. So like 14.9 is October, 14.8 is September. This is October, this is November, and in December, a new battlefield's on the horizon. Your new will unfold in Tradusk. So they're offering a brand new map, mid to high tier. So this is a high tier map. Randoms and co-op, 3 key areas of domination. Sweet. If they haven't changed them at all, it's very clear that they're going to be changing. If they're going to be different. I do not think that your concerns are going to be like worried, as in they're not going to be like the old ones. You still are going to have to go after the forts if they are any. I feel like this is going to be a PvP mode. I don't know why it just says PvE. We'll see. I think this is cool though. I also like the fact they give you a roadmap. It gives you an idea of what's coming out. So like as you're going through your stuff, you can see what's coming in the year. I like that. It makes it where you can like learn more. So like you can learn more, and like, because you can like, oh, so you can't just click here. It's just that. Okay. I thought you could like click there to see more. It just says you can click there to learn more. I like that a lot. I like that. This is going to be, I think this is going to be fun. We'll see. Okay, so going back to what we were talking about, the Lüshun. I think the Lüshun is definitely worth 5,000 doubloons. I think that's definitely worth it. You have 2 months to grind it out, essentially. 2 months. There are several upgrades to Battle Chat that are designed to bring the quality of life and let you customize for yourself. It is now possible to configure with whom you want to communicate in chat. To exchange the settings, you can click on the menu near it. Note that the following changes only affects text messages, and you'll still be able to receive and send quick comments to everyone with all players. You can have it with all players, only with teammates. You only receive only from your teammate in division if you're a part of one. Text messages only with your division. You'll receive messages only from your division if you're a part of one. You such as division members. Block all. You will not receive messages from anyone and cannot send your own message to anyone. Additionally, it will be possible to customize how players are displayed in the chat. Players and ship names, player name only, or ship name only. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty good. The real question is, what if you have like 2 of the same ships? How does that work? It's kind of confusing, right? If you have like 2 of the same ships. But I like that a lot. I like that amazingly. This is such a great tool for streamers too. I like that very much. We can have it where we can only see teammate messages if you like, or all players, or only divisions, or block all. I will probably have it only with teammates, probably is what I'm going to be doing. Probably only with teammates. But if people don't want to interact with anyone at all, they can have it where it's only their division or block all. Definitely a great quality of life for people that don't like interacting with people being or toxic or whatever. They don't want to deal with it at all. They have more variety in that. And if they don't want to see player names in the chat and they only want to see ship names, they can have it as ship names only. So that means that if there's like a particular player you don't want to see their name all the time, you can have it as ship name instead. If you change the settings, the game will remember them and they will be used in following battles. Also, there will be additional improvement designed to reduce the amount of information that is less relevant to a player. If a player sends the same quick command several times in a row, it will be displayed in the chat only once. Tactical quick commands will disappear from the chat for some time, so that it's not filled with messages that are no longer relevant. That's really nice. Some quick commands get back. Thank you. Well done. Requesting directly will be visible only to the player and the sender. That's really nice. That's something that I would have liked forever ago, but I'm glad they're adding that now. So that means if I'm well doneing somebody, it only shows it to them and not to the whole chat. And this is how it shows up here in the chat. All players, teammates only, division only, disabled. That is such a simple thing that you can do in game. You don't have to do this in settings. So it's very easy to see. That's very good. That's very good. I like that very much. Update 14.9 will bring improvements to the campaign system, which has been much needed. You will be able to complete some campaign missions in more battle types. Certain missions will be completed in operations and brawls, and we're also expanding this list of missions that can be completed in co-op battles. Access to the third mission slot previously required an active premium account will now be available for all accounts. That's great. That's amazing. Great for free-to-play players. Reduce the number of stars needed to reach the key mission in parts of the campaign which were deemed more complicated than others. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I wish that they made it where it was more clear with the fact that you can repeat things for stars. I wish that was more explained. Reduces the requirements of certain missions which were deemed difficult. Yep, I like that one too. Some of the missions were absolutely ridiculous. These changes are aimed at overall faster completion of campaigns while adding quality of life improvements at the same time. Very nice. That makes me very happy. Here are some things you can expect to add in 14.9. British Commander Collingwood with an individual voiceover. That's cool. Grand Trial, Fall Phase, Grand Trial, Warship Salute Flag. 4 new ships based on existing models have been added for testing. The Pinopolis added... Oh boy. Uh-oh. They're adding Pinata ships. What could that mean? If they're adding these ships into testing, that's going to be interesting. What are they going to be doing with these ships? I wonder. That could mean there's another Pinata mode coming up at some point. I like it's called the Sushofen. Von Zuckerhoff, Penatian. Lastly, the content of the following is to be changed starting 14.9. Junior containers. I like all the changes that are going on here. I like the Lüshun Dockyard event. I like the Liberty Harbor. All of it are things that you do by simply just playing the game. And people are already playing the game anyway. So I'm very happy for it. So all of this is great. And you can get a free tier 8 ship. Dude, do you know how many months in a row we're getting like free ships every patch? 14.7. We got the San Diego. 14.8. Those snowflake ships, like the one for the upcoming event, you get ships out of there for free possibly. I don't remember the exact points, but we'll see next week whenever the patch comes in from like that new birthday event. All of this is great, and I feel like that earlier this year World of Warships didn't really, like, they had a rough time figuring what their plan was for this year. They didn't really give us a really good roadmap. This is the roadmap that we wanted, or something like this, where like it's a clear thing on what we're getting, or like a clear path through the year. You know what I mean? It's something that I wanted from them earlier this year that was very like a scary thing. It gives me more faith in the game's longevity, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, they're giving us a roadmap for the rest of the year. That's nice. Some of you guys may think it's something small, but this is very important for a lot of people to do content creation for this game. Having a solid line of knowing what's coming helps us know like the security of the game and such. All of this is great. The Liberty Harbor is going to last at least 2 patches. So it's going to last until then. Then you have the Christmas event. The Christmas event, they haven't even talked about yet. They haven't talked about that yet. That's 14.11. September, October, November, December. 14.11. They haven't even talked about the Christmas event yet, dude. They've already been hinting at like a lot in the holiday season. And it's not even, they haven't even talked about it yet. There's a new map coming in December, mid to high tiers. And then there's other stuff going on then too. So very happy overall.